Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is now playing in theaters, and my name is Big Screen Bearcon. I got the chance to check out the movie for myself this morning. Let's talk about it.
Can I get your autograph? Been following you for a long time. Sign right there.
Puss in Boots laughs in the face of death. Bounty hunter.
So I've heard.
You will find your reward does not come easily. This I tell you.
Everyone thinks they'll be the one to defeat me. But no one's escaped me yet.
Alright, let's get it over with. Spare me, if you dare.
Growing up, I loved the Shrek franchise. I still remember seeing Shrek 2 and Shrek the Third in theaters opening night, the very first showing. I have always had a special place in my heart for the Shrek universe. When I heard that Puss in Boots: The Last Wish was coming out, I was reasonably excited that these characters were still alive and well, and they were still creating stories for them, and it made me hopeful to see more of the Shrek universe in the future. And I always planned to go see Puss in Boots in theaters opening day. My trailer reaction for the Puss in Boots: The Last Wish trailer was my first video on this page, on this channel, to hit 1,000 views. So I was like, all right, now I have to see this movie. I already wanted to, but now I have to see this movie. So I pull up in the theater this morning, 8 a.m. I've never been to an 8 a.m. showing in my life. Never did I even think movie theaters had 8 a.m. showings. But I saw Puss in Boots had an 8 a.m. showing on opening day. I was like, you know what? I can actually do this. It's probably the only showtime I can pull off today. If I don't see it at 8 a.m., I won't see it until well after it's already been released. So I pull up to the theater, 7:45. The parking lot is absolutely empty. Nobody is here. I've never seen the AMC Theaters parking lot empty. I walk into the building. I'm the only non-employee there. Like, the lights are all off. Like, the concession doesn't even look open. They sold me water and, like, popcorn. But, yeah, I know I had popcorn at 8 in the morning. But it was just weird. It was, like, ghost-like experience. And I had the theater all to myself, which was kind of cool. I mean, I have AMC A-list, so I got my ticket for free. So instead of paying $150 for a private theater, I paid $0 and got to see Puss in Boots by myself in a really nice theater. So I enjoy that. Of course, I'm not here to review my movie-going experience. I'm here to talk about Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which I can pleasantly say 9 out of 10 movie. Absolutely nailed it. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is visually beautiful with 2 different animation styles. They absolutely kill it. It was so captivating to watch. The art style was so innovative and modern and still had the feel of the old Shrek movies at the same time. They really did a great fusion with this movie, and I was very impressed by it. It was really cool to see. I think this movie is the textbook example to how animated films are not just for kids, and they don't need to be just for kids. This movie accomplishes pulling off a movie that I think kids will go in and really enjoy. In fact, I think kids will go out of this movie and say it's one of their favorite movies of all time, and I think adults will come out of it and say, wow, I really enjoyed that movie. I had a really good time. I'd probably watch it again happily. It was so compelling. The story had such dark themes that I think were really important to talk about. And of course, Puss in Boots always nails humor. The Shrek universe is always just naturally funny, and that doesn't skip a beat in this one. It just came naturally. Nothing felt forced. I mean, of course, DreamWorks still does have a little bit of cheese every once in a while, but for the most part, I was laughing consistently throughout the movie. I had a great time. It truly is probably the best animated film of the year. Now, granted, today is December 21st, opening day of Puss in Boots. I still have not seen Pinocchio. I plan to watch it before releasing my top movies of 2022 video. But as of right now, Puss in Boots is easily the best animated film of the year. I was really pleased by it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I am a lifelong Shrek fan. I love the Shrek franchise. I don't take these movies lightly because I have such love for them. I want them to be done right. I want them to do justice to the characters, and they definitely nailed it. It just really does not miss. The entire cast had an incredible performance. I cannot recommend highly enough that you go see Puss in Boots, and I recommend seeing in theaters. I always think movies are better on the big screen. That's the way they were meant to be seen. Definitely this holiday season, try to go out. It's a great Christmas Day movie if that's your tradition within your family. From this point on, the rest of the video, there will be some light spoilers, so just a heads up if you have not seen the movie yet. It was so cool to see Puss on that journey, kind of conquering death and accepting death as a possibility and no longer running away from it and facing it and trying to better oneself and be a better person and make the most out of our lives. I thought that was such a cool and deep message to portray in this film with this beloved character. My only thing with this movie, my only really complaint, the reason I can't give it a 10 out of 10 and deem it a perfect movie, which by the way, this animated movie is the closest thing to a 10 out of 10 I have seen since Into the Spider-Verse, which was the last animated film I gave a 10 out of 10. The only reason I could not do it is one, because it does have those moments of DreamWorks cheese, which is fine. Again, it doesn't really take off, but I really kind of wanted them to complete Puss's journey and really kind of have him truly, fully accept his life and accept and face death face to face, no longer laugh at the face of death, but embrace it. I know that's a little bit too dark for an animated film, but they kind of pushed it already, so I don't know. I think it would have been interesting to see Puss maybe die at the end of the movie. I don't think they would do that. It kind of would have been a nice heroic ending for him, I think. But I do think they opened the door for more of that universe with him at the end. They kind of ended with returning to Shrek and Fiona's kingdom. So that's exciting. I hope they do explore that further. Shrek 5's been in development hell for who knows how long. The Death Bounty Hunter is one of the coolest animated villains and scariest animated villains we've ever had. I mean, this man literally made Puss bleed. And that was insane. I never thought I'd see something like that in a DreamWorks film. That was so cool. I was like, oh, I was screaming by myself in the theater alone at that moment in the film. It was absolutely incredible. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish was a near perfect animated film with beautiful visuals, natural humor, and some dark and compelling stories. Again, I highly recommend it. I hope you guys check it out. Be sure to hit subscribe. Let me know what movies you guys want me to watch next and discuss. And be sure to check out my other social media platforms at Big Screen Bearcon or at BearconD Official if you want to get to know me personally. See you guys next time at the movies.